Hello and welcome to a story time video. You remember the video I made in February 2021 when I was talking about number two and why I don't like it? The primary topic was significance, and I did say that when I'm on the TV or when I'm on the laptop, I would never set the volume on a two. I've had that kind of a curse with the number two since 2014. However, just today, yes, guys, just today, as that curse grew, you're going to explode about multiples of 10. And here's the thing, it's not as crazy as when it comes to number two itself, but only in 1 out of 100 shots would I set the volume on a multiple of 10 when I'm either on the TV or when I'm on the laptop. The reason I'm making this video is not to say that I hate multiples of 10 or I would never use multiples of 10 for any reason. I don't have a problem with the multiples of 10 as much as with the number 2. In fact, my problem with the multiples of 10 is just 1/8 of the crazy problems that I have with the number 2. Like, it tends to be a curse, or when I wake up on the second day of the month, I feel like sleeping for 83 more minutes. I just want to say that all numbers matter. It's not just 10, 20, 30, or 100, 110. All numbers matter. Yeah, guys, this is not a music video. It's a video that I was just watching about a Ferrari F80, and the volume that I just set my laptop to was 63. So I gotta say that whether if it's odd or even, all numbers that we use, that we particularly speak about, are important, especially if you're pulling a number, let's say from 1 to 75 out of a hat. Like, it's not just 20 or 30. Like, some tests, like if you're taking a test and the required pass rate is 60%, or if you're writing just a paragraph and your teacher says, write 50 words and not 49 or 51. Yeah, I had that once in my class where I would write a 70-word story, which would not be 69 or 71. But all numbers are important when you use them, even though they are 51, 71, 127, 2,457, any number. Like, for example, my favorite number is 31 for many mathematical reasons, including binary. We have 5 fingers in a hand, and 5 ones in binary would make 31. So this gesture would make 31. Supposing that this makes 0, this makes 16, this makes 24, this makes 28, 30, and 31. That's simple. 13 and 31 are both prime numbers. But if you square 13, it would make 169. If you square 31, then you flip the numbers the other way around, 961. You might also think of 256 and 625 being square numbers, with 256 being 16 squared and with 625 being 25 squared. But 13 and 31, because both of them are prime and because of their squares, as well with them being prime numbers, with their square numbers, you switch them and you get, like AB squared equals ABC, but then BA squared equals CBA, this and that. This is not even the same property for 16 and 25, because there are two different numbers, although they are both square numbers as well. You might think of a saying for the numbers 1089, which is 33 squared, and 9801, which is 99 squared. Anyway, so if we dive back into the main topic, that whatever number we use is as important. Suppose this: how many countries are there in the world? 196. How many continents are there in the world? 7. How many days are there in a week? 7. how many days in a month? Well, on 7 months, there's 31 days. It can vary. Sometimes it can be 30. Sometimes it can even be 28, but once every 4 years it can even be 29. But how many days in a year? 365, which also on leap year is 366. And how many months in a year? 12. That's simple. So this is why numbers are important when they appear. Like your house number, let's say 165, but would you say 100 Crown Street? No, you would say 165 Crown Street. I just made up the name, by the way, when I say Crown Street. Or you tell the time, but it says 7:33 on the phone. Would you say it's 7:30? No, you would say it's 7:33. It's easy to read a number and not just say 30. You can though say, oh my goodness, it's after 7:30. I missed the movies. But you still look at the time, and when you look at the number, that's what it stands. Or when you look at your phone, your battery percentage, it says 78%. You wouldn't say it's 4/5 or it's 80%. It's 78. 78 is not 80. Or 78 is not 70. 78 is 78. Or suppose you play Jetpack Joyride and your best score is 7,264. But would you say 7,000? No. You would say 7,264 is the best I could make. If we get to 7,264 meters in distance, that's basically the number of your best score. That simple. So whatever number is shown, this video is made like whatever number is shown, it's always key to use that number rather than always using tens, 20s, or hundreds, this and that. Well, there's, just like I said, 33, 78, 7,264, whatever the hell. So there might be some people as well, as I had explained in the video that I talked about too, like it being like an OCD kind of thing where they would only set their volume to even numbers, or they would only set their volume to multiples of 10, not even like 22 or 24 or 26, only 20 or 30. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I skipped the odd numbers because like even when you're setting the volume on your laptop, the TV, or when you're on the air conditioner, people do prefer even numbers. So you might have one person turn it on to 20, if it's in Celsius degrees though, of course, and they might say 20 is too cold, but then they turn up to 22. Here's the thing, we have a BMW, a Mercedes, and a Porsche. And when you're setting the temperature in the BMW, the temperature only goes in even numbers. And yes, because we're in the US, we use Fahrenheit, and it goes from 60 to 86 Fahrenheit, emitting odd numbers. So it goes 60, 62, 64, 66. Numbers are numbers at the end. And so this is why I don't care. I just don't care. I set my volume on the laptop to 63. And do I not care? Not even 1/100th. Anyway, guys, so that's it for this story time video. See you guys. Oh, and also that cylinder of nuts, if you can see how much it weighs, 16 ounces, 453 grams. You wouldn't say it's half a kilo, or you wouldn't say it's 400 grams, because it's 453. Read a number.